part 5 of the video. I'm going to break down this in later videos, but this right now I'm trying to combine a lot of subjects right now. So bear patience with me. This seems like a dichotomy of sorts, but Ishtar was the daughter of the original founding god of Babylon, known as Anu, who was the ruler of the planet Nibiru. Nibiru was an additional planet in our solar system that circled the Earth, made a rotation around the Earth for 3,600 years, according to the royal records of Babylon. Sitchin has been roundly ridiculed by scientists for proposing that this notion of Nibiru could actually exist. However, on June 30th, 1999, a scientist, David Stephenson, from California Institute of Technology, published a paper stating that the stellar planets, which is called Nibiru, would be called, is certainly a theoretical possibility and should not be dismissed. So it's showing that this should be kept still. In the CNN news story, the text mentioned by Stevenson is not only, and that others have theorized that there may be other planets roaming in stellar space that came from our solar system. Now, skipping this part, now this ritual between Ishtar and the king, or the king candidate, is what the biblical prophecies are referring to. What it talks about, harlots having relations with the kings of the earth. And we can find this type of thing in Revelation chapter 17 verse 1 to 2, 4 to 5, and also chapter 18 verse 3 to 9, and chapter 19 verse 2. See also Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1 to 15, and Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 7. All of that. It also means that the relationship is two-way street. Ishtar gives to the king the necessities to maintain authority and control. In return, the king, of course, swears allegiance to Ishtar and provides sacrifices for her. Revelation provides a symbolic similarity between the ancient historical aspects and future of relationships between a future Babylon and the rest of nations. Superpower Babylon acts just like an Ishtar and engages in prostitution with the rest of nations. The context is all with regard to money and materialism. Revelation chapter 18 verse 1 to 24. Now skipping this, let's show the connection of Ishtar and the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was a Masonic concept conceived from within Freemasonry. The chief promoter and fundraiser for the project was Edward LaBoye, like I just mentioned, and he collaborated with the sculptor Frederick Bartholdi to develop a statue of a Masonic enlightenment. The statue was developed within the highest doctrines of Freemasonry, the highest. This enlightenment took its form in various symbols found in the sculpture itself. Now, you see the 7 spikes on the crown? This symbol was to represent the enlightenment of the Babylonian sun god, Shamash or Utu. This idea was that this sun god's occultic illumination, it sounds like Illuminati, could be focused by each of the 7 spikes of the crown. That each spike flashed an occultic enlightenment, each of the 7 spikes, to the 7 largest landmass of the world, the continents, known as Horus. In other words, these spikes would flash occultic enlightenment to the continent on planet Earth, and each of the 7 spikes would represent one of the 7 largest landmasses. A common misconception is that the tablet represents the 10 commandments. It does not represent that given by Moses, from God to Moses. This is not true. The tablets are engraved only with Roman numerals standing for July the 4th, 1776. Number 3, the robe. In the original planning of the Statue of Liberty was designed in initial stages to be color. She was wearing the royal robes of scarlet and purple. It became obvious that for reasons of monetary purposes, the statue must be made from copper. The use of copper precluded the use of any color scheme. Thus, the original plans for scarlet and the purple robes were abandoned. The torch. This item was originally designed to be a golden cup filled with wine of freedom. This golden cup remained in a plan and was actually made. It explains in the article what the cup really means, but I don't have time right now. Number 5. Yeah, that would be the last. That would be the last number. Number 5. Point number 5. Mother of Exiles is a key term in poem by Emma Lazarus. In her famous poem about the statue, Lazarus refers to the woman as the mother of exiles. The poem has forever linked the statue to the immigrants from around the world. The statue is a patron saint of immigrants everywhere. Oddly enough, the Babylonian goddess Ishtar was also the patron goddess of immigrants in Babylon, because as a goddess of personal freedom, she brought hope to the immigrants, seeking to make a better life for themselves in Babylon. Excuse me. Little burp. So, for this mother of exiles, in fact, if we try to transliterate the English term mother of exiles into Greek, mother as a word has a similar phonetic sound, doing the same with exiles from English into Koine Greek. Koine Greek listener would link it to similar Greek that connoted deep inhalation of air and heavy breathing. This is tied to the Greek word, I don't know how to pronounce that, but iphitumia, which in English is normally translated as lust. But literally the meaning of Koine Greek meant literally heavy breathing and was connoted with desire. Now this terminology is then linked with the word porneo, from the word pornography. Porneo, lust, fulfillment by sexual relations, and engagement for money, which again was the main claim to fame for Ishtar, holy sexual prostitution. I know it's a long subject, but finally, that was the main strong point for the Wheel of the Year. Ostara is this what I mentioned, Easter. And this is what Easter really means. This is one of the celebrations of the Wheel of the Year for the Wiccan Sabbath. And the Wiccan Sabbath, a Sabbath is what the witchcraft people gather up and make a vow with Satan. Now, what is Beltane? May 1st and May Day. May Day, Beltane is the same thing, May 1st, but two different names for two different things. I'll explain what it means. May Day is a festival that has been somewhat lost. It was used to feature young girls walking in procession behind the statue of the Virgin Mary. It seemed to indicate that these girls were of age to get married. Beltane is a fertility festival with the maypole dance and obvious symbol of the Great Rite. And explains the ritual practice. A way to commemorate fertility is through the symbolic Great Rite, representing the copulation of the god and the goddess to bring life to the earth, back to the earth. You can use any of the two items that represent feminine receptivity and male virginity and unite them into a state of completeness. It is a day to be a little frivolous and let your hair down. Go out to the town with a significant other or go on the prowl for that special someone. Shaitan is what it means. It's shaitanic. So just now, the study that I did with you, I just read 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 celebrations of the Wheel of the Year. Now, what is Litta? Litta is the June 21st. St. John the Baptist Day is June 24th, but it's same thing they're commemorating. These feasts commemorate the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, at the beginning of the harvest festival season. The link between the two feasts is thin, but the importance of St. John's Day in many parts of the world is a testimony to the importance of this day. It is a time where the solar energy is at its highest. It is a time to commemorate the strength and soaking up this great gift. A common practice is lighting bonfires. It brings back the theme of energy and strength that this day is all about. Now the seventh celebration, Lammas, August the 1st. Loaf Mass, August the 1st. Loaf Mass is not celebrated anymore in regular church calendar. It dates back to the early church when it was common to make an offering of both of the first fruits of the harvest as a sign of thanksgiving. During the church service, particularly on August 1st, people brought bread that was baked with the new wheat to be blessed. During the church service, lammas celebrate the wheat's harvest and the blessing of livestock. Common theme, giving thanks to the wheat harvest. For the wheat harvest. Ritual practice, baking and sharing bread is a ritual both pagans and Christians can relate to. It is especially relevant to Christians as a commemoration of the Eucharist, like I mentioned in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Now, the last one. Mabon, September 21st, and Thanksgiving. Variable date, the same date as the Canadian Thanksgiving, coincides more closely with the date of Mabon. The common theme is giving thanks again for harvest. There's no greater ritual than preparing a meal with the fruits of harvest and giving thanks for all our blessings. That is communing with nature and the divine in the most fundamental human way. This is what they had to say. Adeline St. Clair. I hope that this quick turn of the wheel of the year, this is what she's saying, has given you a new look at the celebration the pagan and Christians share. If you are looking towards the practice of Christian witchcraft, that's what she's saying. So in short again, the wheel of the year celebrates the changing seasons of the year and the continuous cycle of life, birth, death, rebirth, and all this other stuff. And represent the solstices and the equinox, the cross quarters. So I know the subject is very long. If you can bear patience, it's about to be done. You see, like I was talking about Christmas, I would like to end with Christmas to show you something new. Why do you celebrate Christmas? I'm talking about non-Muslims. Do you honestly believe that Christmas celebrates the day of Jesus Christ's birth? Or is it because tradition? Let's examine. December 25th, whose tradition when Jesus was born. Neither the Bible nor any known writing claims to record his birth date. All available information supports, then why do we observe December 25th? This date was first officially recognized on Roman calendars about 336 AD, sanctioned by Pope Julius in 350 AD, having been decreed by Pope Sylvester in 320 AD to coincide with the sun god feast.